love it. Feel like we're at Rayo's right now. In the studio. Hero Cop and bigger than that, a movie star, Bo Dietl.
Yeah, well, I got good accolades about The Irishman. It's coming on Netflix on Wednesday night.
Yes, tomorrow night. That's the 27th. Yes, tomorrow night.
It'll be Thanksgiving Eve. You can eat your appetizer, and you can then put it on pause. Then you can eat your main course, put it on pause. You have sex, put it on pause.
What?
And you can watch the whole thing for 3.5 hours.
Fantastic. Talking about Rayo's, Thursday night, Teddy Atlas dinner on Staten Island. I helped do the live auction with Bob Papa, and I auctioned off your table, I guess.
How much?
2 people, including Joseph Abu, spent $5,000 apiece. $10,000 for a table for 6 at Rayo's.
Oh,
Is that about right?
Yeah, well, we started at my table goes for 10 and goes up. Yeah, but I tell you what, last night I had your lawyer, Joe Tacopina.
My lawyer,
I had
buddy.
Mike the Russian.
Yep.
And I had Joe Grano, who used to be the chairman CEO of UBS Payne Weber. We were up at Salvatore's place, La Cuma Prima.
Nice.
Sal used to run the Campionola. Now he's running a great little restaurant, cool little place. Excellent food. Okay, let's get down to business. I am throwing up. This mayor, I heard him on that little punk show. That Errol Lewis is like his little butt boy there for the mayor.
He's a racist, Errol
Monday
Lewis.
night, Mr. Mayor. No tough questions. He's a real butt boy. And I'll tell him to his face, Errol, you're a butt boy. When I ran for mayor, you asked no hard questions, this guy. Right now, the mayor's saying, well, I've been trying to fix this city now for the last 6 years with what Mayor Bloomberg did to this city. You piece of garbage, criminal piece of garbage. And then I pick up the paper. The Department of Investigation, the kid that was running that Department of Investigation, he got rid of him because he was getting close. The Department of Investigation has memos out where they can't go after Charlene the thief de Blasio. Right. I'm calling you a thief. $850 million of money destroyed through these, they put them through these non-profit things. I want to know where the friggin' money
Where
went.
is it?
Now you got the mayor with that little Mexican jumping bean there, the head of the Department of Investigation. This guy with his, you can't be white and get promoted. You have to be black and brown, or you cannot be promoted in the Department of Education. This little creep, go back to your little punk place where you came from. You're not a New Yorker, first of all. This, what's his name? Carranza.
Well, he's from Houston.
And this little,
that guy's racist.
He's
against the
racist against whites,
and
you want to know something, and against my Asian friends, all my beautiful Asian friends. And this little punk, they ought to do an investigation into the Department of Education and find out where all that money is. Every time they try to go in there, they block it. This mayor blocks it. I am calling out today, and I want to Twitter it out. I call upon the United States Attorney for the Southern District. New York City is embedded with corruption with this mayor, his wife, and the Department of Education. They cannot properly investigate themselves. They come after the cops every time something's wrong. Now I'm saying they cannot investigate. And our Attorney General doesn't want to do anything. And our governor, the one who's going to have blood all over his hands after January 1st, I want to be investigating. I told Joe Tacopina, we're going to take the cases of people that are going to be murdered by people who are being released that should be incarcerated or at least held on bail. When you got attempted murders, you got attempted murders, robberies, and now they're going to release them. And the people that are going to be dying with these punks out on the street, I want to head up lawsuits personally against this governor. How dare you let these creeps out? Yeah, they want to close down Rikers Island. Yeah, there's not going to be any prisoners. Of course they can close Rikers Island down. Yeah. He's going to give them Mets tickets, Yankees tickets, and then they can rob somebody. Let's go to Howard Johnson's. And do they still have Howard Johnson's?
There's one left. There's one left on 8th Avenue.
But my point is, this governor has no sense of anything. He got bitch slapped by Ocasio, what's her name?
Cortez.
Alexandria. With Amazon, $3 billion. He was jobs into New York. This little bartender, piece of garbage there, all of a sudden beat the governor. The governor should have stepped in and say, hold on there. Go back to the bar and go shake some more drinks up. But right now we want to have Amazon. Right now we need jobs. Right now we need people working in a story that we would have had so much income coming into New York City. But no, she let this little communist, she's a communist. And you know what? I wish that there was a good Democrat moderate that could run for office against her. I'll support her. I'll give money to anybody that's a Democrat that wants to run against Ocasio. She's got to be taken out with a straitjacket. Where would she go after being a congresswoman?
Back to the bar.
Yeah, she'll be shaking. She'll be shaking Manhattans. Her and the other two creeps. What's the other one there?
Talib,
the two ISIS bride congressmen.
Omar and Alibaba B, whatever the hell.
Omar and
but
Talib.
I'm going to tell you something. Seriously, with this mayor, he is so. I just don't like it. I don't know if it's a choice between punching one in the face, whether it would be Schiff or him. I mean, it's a close 1 and 2.
You know, they want to take away the placards from the police. The police put placards in their cars when they want to park. They want to take those away. Him and Corey Johnson, your other friend.
Yeah, my other friend. All of a sudden, he wants to run for mayor. Give me a break. Right now, what you should have running for mayor is someone who's not corrupt. This is the most corrupt mayor. Pay for play. It keeps going back, but he's like the Teflon Don. When I went after my friend John Gotti, this guy reminds me of John Gotti mayor style. Teflon. You can't go off. Why is not the U.S. attorney going after? Our attorney general's not going after this. I call on our DA.
They did. Preet Bharara dropped the ball. He didn't get the indictment.
Right now you have a new U.S. attorney there. I call upon a U.S. attorney to investigate this city with corruption. I want my president, President Trump, to get the United States attorney, and I'm going to talk to my friend Rudy Giuliani, and I'm going to talk to the Attorney General of the United States. You got to come into New York City and stop this corruption. Please,
Drain
it's
the
not
swamp.
a Republican or a Democrat issue. It's a corruption issue. The mayor's corrupt, his wife is corrupt, and the Department of Education head is corrupt. Remember with the ACS, with the child abuse thing?
Of course.
They shut down that investigation. Every investigation by the Department of Investigation, the guy Peters, they shut him down. Why? Then he fires him. Why? Then he put this other lady in. Even the Department of Investigation have sent a letter signed by all the investigators there. We cannot investigate the mayor, his wife, or the Mexican jumping bean. They can't.
No, none of it. You're right. It's better from Anthony Scaramucci on CNN, by the way.
Anthony's like a traitor. Anthony, he's like Sammy the Bull. He writes a book about the president, how great he is. I told him, I said, Anthony, you're committing suicide. You know, nice guy. I like him. Very smart. Very smart. All of a sudden, he's like a flip-flop flounder.
He's on CNN. He's a useful idiot. He doesn't even realize it.
Think about it. And the other thing is, you got to understand something. I keep going back to January 1st. We're going into the abyss, into this state, when they're starting to release all these criminals into the admin. You know who's going to suffer? The poor people going to work every day on the trains, the people walking around New York, to be very serious with this.
That's right.
These now, they're not going to be held with any bail. And then complainants and witnesses' names will be given out within 15 days. Grand jury testimony, if they don't have it prepared, they're going to be able to walk. So if a guy commits attempted murder, armed robbery, and they don't have the information to give to the defense attorney, they walk him right out.
Plus sexual molestation of kids. No bail.
11 and under, yeah.
Can you believe this?
Let me tell you something. It's on the shoulders of the governor. He's the one that can stop it right now and come to the senses. And this mayor, seriously, this mayor has to be investigated by the United States attorney. And that's something that I really call upon our Attorney General of the United States of America. We have a problem in New York. I know people don't like New York. We call upon you. I'm calling upon the Attorney General to come into New York, let his Southern District, the attorney of the Southern District of New York should bring in here investigators and should investigate what's going on with the corruption in the city. To pay for play, now our budget's up to $94 billion. And this guy, it's like a game. It's like chicklets. This guy hasn't made 32 cents before he became mayor. He was nobody. He
never had
nothing. He don't know about business. He knows nothing. All he knows about is taking money, and then there's nonprofits involved. Listen to what I'm saying. There's nonprofits where some of that $850 million has gone into. There's little back doors with the nonprofit that are being fed into these specialized things for the mayor. Yes, I'm challenging. Sue me, Mr. Mayor. I'm saying right now, you're corrupt. Your wife is corrupt, and you're taking money from that Thrive, and you're dumping it into these nonprofits where there's an exit strategy, where there's money in a pile, and I want to find out where the pile is.
Okay, there it is.
You know what? Thanksgiving Day to me would be an investigation by the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District into this friggin' mayor. Because you got DAs with no balls. My friend Cy Vance, no balls.
No.
Maybe Curtis's ex-wife over in Queens.
No.
Maybe she'll find some gumputation.
Not gonna happen.
And she could go after the mayor as a district attorney.
It's not gonna
Start your own investigation, Ms. Katz, please. You want to be a great DA? Start the investigation on his mayor and all his corruption. This is what I call upon.
Well, it's not going to happen. So
I want
let's
to wish everybody a very,
yeah, but what
very
are you specifically thankful for on Thursday?
I'm thankful. Well, I'm not too thankful because I lost a lot of friends. I lost 10 partners. Mikey Sheen, all of my P-Man told you, all my cop partners. I lost 10 partners, including my brother, in this year. So
that was this year. Your brother passed, right?
Everything was in this year. And,
but you still have your beautiful kids. And
I lost Margot's father. Yeah, I have my kids. But
you have Margot?
I'm thankful for the good health of people. My oldest brother's going to be with me on Thanksgiving.
And what about your good health? We got a scare with you a couple of weeks ago. Thank God you're okay.
I'm fine.
I know you are.
No, I told you, all the bad people that were voting against me there. Yeah. Sorry, no cancer of the prostate. Very, very large prostate. I wish something else was very, very large. But I'm taking a couple pills and shrinking. Everything's good. But I want to thank God for the good health of everybody out there. It's not just my family; it's everybody's family. And Mike Serval's son.
Very good, Bo. Bo Dietl on the Bernie and Sid Show. We love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
to
Thanksgiving.
you. And we'll watch The Irishman over the holidays just to see Bo Dietl, if for nothing else.
How great would that be, Thanksgiving, with the mayor getting indicted with his wife?
It would be more like Christmas.
Like a Christmas present.
Yes.
Only Christmas.
It would be. Hanukkah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all in one on the Bernie and Sid Show with Bo Dietl on WABC. We're coming right back.